Today we're going to design and prepare to cut our name plaque for the CNC mill. So in Inventor we're going to come up to the top in the ribbon bar, select New, Standard IPT, and we're going to start with a 2D sketch on the XY plane. Click Front here in the World cube to zoom all, and I'm going to begin with a rectangle. Starting at my origin, I'm going to stretch out a rectangle to the right hand side. My rectangle for my workpiece is going to be 8 inches wide. Press the Tab key. It's going to be a depth of 4 inches. Press Enter on the keyboard. And then I'm going to take and finish sketch the big green check mark in the upper right hand corner. Next I want to take and extrude. I want to extrude in direction number 2, and I want to extrude a thickness of 3/4 of an inch or 0.75, and click OK. Next I'm going to take a 2D sketch, place it on my front view, zoom all. I'm going to get another rectangle, and on top of my workpiece I'm going to click and stretch out a rectangle. This rectangle's width is going to be 7 1/4, 7.25. Press the Tab key, and it's going to be 2 1/4, 2.25 inches high, and then press Enter on the keyboard. Press the Escape key to let go of your rectangle tool, and next I need to center this rectangle top to bottom and left to right on my workpiece. So I'm going to get my dimension tool. I'm going to click the left hand side of my rectangle and the left hand side of my workpiece. Bring this dimension down, and this is going to be 3/8 of an inch or 0.375 in a decimal, green check mark. Next I'm going to center this rectangle top to bottom, so I'm going to click the bottom of my rectangle, the bottom of my workpiece, and bring out this dimension. This is going to be 3/4 of an inch or 0.75 inches and green check mark. I'm going to come up to the upper right hand corner, I'm going to finish sketch, and I'm going to take and extrude this rectangle. When it highlights in pink, click to select it, and I want this to be cut, so I'm going to choose the second button down, and I want to cut a distance of 3/16 of an inch or 0.188, and click OK. This is the area where my letters are going to be, so I'm going to take a 2D sketch, place it on the bottom of that rectangle we just extruded, zoom all, and I'm going to select my text tool. Bring your cursor down onto your sketch plane, and we're going to click. That brings up my formatting text box. I want to make sure that Toma is the font that's selected, and I want to change my letter height size to 1.25, 1 1/4 inches. I'm going to put my cursor in the text box down here. Now when I enter my text, I want to make sure that I put a space after each letter that I type. So I'm going to type a letter, press the space bar, type a letter, press the space bar, type a letter, press the space bar, until you have your letters entered. Now 1.25 inch letter height is a good size for letter height. However, the space is too big. We just want it wide enough so that the cutter tool can pass in between each letters and separate them. So I'm going to come back and highlight each space and change it to 0.24 for my letter spacing. Highlight the next space, change it to 0.24 for my letter spacing. Highlight your next space, change it to 0.24, and you want to continue doing that until you have all of your letters at 1.25 and all of your spaces at 0.24. Then select OK. Press the Escape key on the keyboard to let go of your text tool, and now you're going to take and click on your letters and center them top to bottom, left to right in that inside rectangle. When it looks good, we're going to come up to the top, finish sketch, and I'm going to click on the Emboss tool. First thing I want to do when this menu comes up is select my text. When it turns red, click, and I want to choose my depth to 3/16 of an inch or 0.188 and select OK. Now that I have my part drawn, I want to go up to the orange capital letter I. I'm going to come down to Save As. I want to make sure that this is going into my H drive. and I'm going to enter in my name, and name plaque. So this file name should be name, your name, and name plaque. And then click Save. Now we're going to begin running our toolpaths. Let's go up to the top ribbon bar, and I want to find the CAM tab and select CAM. And I want to go to the Setup folder. These menus here on the left hand side, they work top to bottom and they go left to right. So starting with the tab on the left hand side, I want to change my stock box point, the origin, from stock box point to the model origin. Then I'm going to come over here to my stock setup, and in my stock setup tab I want to change the depth of my block to 3/4 of an inch, or 0.75. I want to go to my post processor, and I want to take and enter in a program comment, and I'm going to enter my name and name plaque. And then at the bottom, when I finish that, I'm going to select OK. Next, I'm going to create my toolpaths. So I'm going to come up here to the menu where it says 2D milling, and I'm going to select 2D pocket. Once again, top to bottom and left to right, starting with my tab on the left, I'm going to select my tool. In our mill, we have an 1/8 inch end mill. So I want to come down here to Sample Tools Inch. Select that, and then out of these tools here in the right hand side, I want to find my 1/8 inch tools, 1/8 inch flat. There are 6 of them. I want to choose the 1, 2, 3rd 1/8 inch flat end mill down and select. Next, I'm going to come over and select my geometry tab, and I want to choose the area outside of my letters to get cut. And then I'm going to use my mouse and zoom in just a little bit so I can select the inside pocket of my letters that have interior places to be cut out. After those are selected, go home. I'm going to come over and choose my heights. Click on the Heights tab. My clearance height, I am going to change from retract height to stock top. My retract height, I'm going to change to 0.4, and my feed height, I am going to change from top height to stock top. Next, I want to choose my passes. Click the Passes tab. Here where it says stock to leave, I want to uncheck this box because I don't want any stock left. And then my linking parameters here on the last tab, I'm going to select. Here I'm going to take and uncheck lead in. I'm going to uncheck lead out. And I'm going to change my ramp style, the entry motion of the tool, from helix to plunge. After I have those selected, I'm going to click OK. And my toolpaths are going to be generated. Once your part looks like this, we can click on Simulate. And when you click the play button here, the tool is going to run around your name plaque the same way it's going to cut it at the CNC mill. Once it finishes, you're going to click Close, and then you're going to select Post Process up here in the top. This is the post processor we want. It says 7437_RS. If this one does not come up, you click the pull down menu, and from the pull down menu here you want to find the one that is showing. Next, I want to have this go to my H drive. So I'm going to select my H drive, first initial last name 000, and I'm going to select Open. Once again, my program comment name I'm going to enter in here. And then I'm going to select Post. Type in my name once again. File name, last name, name plaque, and click Save. This is the G-code that is produced to operate the CNC mill. It's all the X, Y coordinates for the tool path to cut. Click X in the upper right hand corner. Now your part is ready to be cut, so we're going to take X out of Inventor and go to the computer that has the green CNC mill blocks above them. And on the desktop there, once you log in, you want to find this icon that says CNC mill on the desktop. Click to launch that application. And I want to choose Translate Execute. I'm going to go to my H drive here on the left hand side, and I want to find my part. Once I find my part, I'm going to click on it to select it, and I'm going to select Open. I'm going to click the Preview button. You're going to type on the keyboard the letter S, and then you're going to type the letter F on the keyboard. This is where you are going to stop, get your teacher, and they are going to take you the rest of the way after they check your work here. Congratulations, you have finished. The next part is getting your teacher and cutting your part.